I love the bit when you said after this is the hurricane of blowing, and you did the sound from the guy, the Count on Sesame Street. You're like, oh,
Brilliant.
All I can say is I'm glad that we didn't have to be in Oompa Loompa costumes when we were rowing.
Yeah.
That's awesome. And then tarot cards, before I forget.
Mm.
Yes, Pete, more cards. Right.
I think Yana should get a sandbag for that.
Yeah, I think so.
You made us all happy. Let's see. Yana picks up the Seven of Wands and the Fool.
Oh.
Matt would have gotten, except he hands it directly to Pete, the Nine of Cups and the Ten of Pentacles. And Pete, King of Pentacles, Page of Pentacles. You are literally 4 cards off from everybody having gotten handed out stuff from the first deck.
Mm.
See how quick you can go, Pete? Yeah.
Well, because
I didn't say it'd be easy though, you know.
No, well, because all the zones have reset.
Mm.
Yes.
It's not reset, but a lot of the zones have changed, so we're getting cards through.
Mm-hmm. You guys pull up to a boat dock.
Excuse me.
And there's a door. It looks vaguely Italianish on the other side. If anybody has architecture and would like to roll that, you are welcome to do so.
Only a little bit.
Architecture.
Nope.
Nope.
Oh. Yes.
Right. It's literally a Roman door. This is the kind of door that you'd often see in like Pompeii.
Yes. It's a very typical Roman door. We see them all the time.
Your guess is around 500-ish BC, maybe.
500 is BC.
You guys just both stare at Alex, who still has a raging heart on, and look at how quick McKay is getting up and off onto the dock. He's getting off onto the dock. He's getting off. No, anyway, right. So, no problem. The door opens easily to your touch. There's a guy who's sitting just inside the door. He gives a double look to the boat, and he starts laughing. He's like, "You talked to Merkel." That is great. When looking around, here's the description. It's like a large entrance room. There's 2 fountains, one at about belt level for men. The other one's at foot level. They have a swirl of clean water that comes in one side, swirls around, goes out the depression in the middle. The fountains are set off to the right. There's a woman with a hammered iron collar around her neck and a stack of clean towels and a basket of dirty towels waiting near it. On the other side, left side, is the guy who is laughing. He's a large, scarred, muscular individual with a metal-studded club on a tall chair. Not freaky tall, like a bar tall chair. He's dressed in kerboli, which is boiled leather armor, mostly light brown with suspicious dark spots on the armor. He looks as though he is mostly human, probably having been bred with something darker, eviler, and possessing more teeth. The nose has been broken repeatedly. One of his ears is cauliflowered, and the other is missing the top bit where it was obviously cut off. He has scars all over his skin. He has a jack-o'-lantern smile, and near him on a table sits a large handbell. And he looks you guys up and down, and he goes, "That fucking guy."
There's easy ways to get here?
Sure there is.
How?
He motions toward the entryway further on. The walls are pink marble. White ornate pillars are holding the ceiling up. The floor itself is covered with various intricate. Oh, sorry. Andy's speaking in Latin. Alex is now a translator unless he doesn't want to. The floor itself is mosaic, so it gives it a kind of weird pebbled feel. And in addition to all this mosaic of some guy with a yellow leaf-bladed sword, there's also a lot of different penises that are in the Roman things, mosaic in the floor. And light is made with oil lamps. Over there is a desk with a guy at it. I'll give you more description in a second. He says, Dr. Vespillo, he'll tell you how to get here easier so you don't have to go on that.
Good.
We just did that for Merkel. Nobody likes him, so we told him that was the only way to get here.
Who?
Merkel.
Well,
Fuck Merkel.
nobody had told us any
Yeah,
other
you-
way. So
Well, fucking Merkel.
Yeah,
You see him, punch him in the fucking mouth for me.
Yeah, I hate that guy.
Will do.
there was another guy who'd been here before. We asked him, and he didn't want it. He was not willing to tell us.
Fair. Was he an enemy?
He attacked us. So yes.
I don't know. A lot of enemies end up drinking together here. This is a no combat area. Be sure to see Vespillo for the rules. If you fuck up once, you get sucked out and you can never return. Part of the magic of this place.
Okay.
No problem. I'm very peaceful.
He looks at you dubiously.
You said no combat or no killing?
No combat.
Yeah.
Unless Vespillo says otherwise.
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody's super nice here. This is a place to meet and drink.
Yes.
Oh,
So it's a neutral ground.
you said the magic word.
Yes.
He nods. There's plenty of that to be had here. I hope you brought silver.
Can we steal here?
Kind of.
Once, he says, looks at you.
You didn't say before.
Most people don't need to be told not to steal.
Cool. Gifts.
Well, those may help. You want to close the door so that they can, other people can get in through their own ways?
Sure.
Great. He goes, all right.
Well,
So I'm guessing that guy over there is the Spillo.
Yeah.
All right. Go on.
Oh,
So do we check stuff in here? Do we just keep walking over to him?
Or you just
Get-
eat the
you
door.
get your hands and feet washed by the slave there.
Okay.
Slave.
We've never been here before. Nobody's told us the rules or what we're supposed to do.
He points at the lady with the hammered iron collar around her neck.
What's your name?
She says, my name is Slave.
No, I'm talking to the same as the big guy.
Oh, the big guy. His name is not Slave.
So not slave. We get our hands and feet washed there.
Yeah. Service is her name, which means slave. He is Gan, G-A-N.
Dan.
G-A-N. Golf.
Gan.
Golf. Yeah.
Um,
He looks like he's been through a bit of fighting.
what are you here for then? Gan, are you what, doorman?
Uh-huh.
All right. Cool. All right. We will go and get ourselves done up and then go to the Spillo.
No problem. She also makes sure to adjust all of your togas and such. You guys go over to the desk and archway area. It's a man dressed in an elegant tunic and toga with gold jewelry around his neck, standing behind a large hotel-style desk. A couple young boys with collars, hammered iron collars, stand nearby looking attentive. There are pink marble stairs leading up to the right. To the left is a split tunnel. Goes two different directions. Oil lamps illuminating. What?
When we see other doors, we kind of recognize them, don't we?
Not always.
No.
Sometimes yes, sometimes no.
Okay, do you reckon either of these guys is doors?
The slaves or the
No.
other dude
The
or Gan?
Gan or
No.
the Spillo?
If they are, then they're not standing. Usually, you recognize doors because they don't fit in.
Yeah.
But don't worry, you may be able to spot some soon. Let's see. The man himself is probably in his 30s, physically fit, handsome in a Roman sort of way. His nose could be a ship's icebreaker, and his eyes are piercing. And he greets you in Latin. All this is going on in Latin. He says, "Thank you for saying prayers to the patron god of this dwelling to come here, the house of Vespillo. Welcome."
Hi.
He switches to English. "Hello.
Hi.
Hello."
Hi.
Fine.
This is gonna go.
Silence.
Oh man. And he says, "How may I assist you today? How may I serve?"
What
Sorry, go, Mildred.
what is this place?
This is the house of Secundus Trebellius Vespillo. I am Secundus Trebellius Vespillo.
Glad to meet you.
I am glad to make your acquaintance. And what is your name, please?
Talk.
Her name is Mildred Bumgardner.
Hello, Mildred Bumgardner.
Hi.
Yes.
I am Joshua McKay.
Hello, Joshua McKay. And you?
I am the Kinley.
Hello, the Kinley.
So
Well,
you could just call me Kinley.
very well, Kinley. Thank you all for saying the prayer to bring you here.
Mm. You mean this song?
Song? Did you come here the Merkel way? Oh, that fucking Merkel, he says. I hate him so much.
So there's better ways of coming here, easier ways of coming here that don't involve such a treacherous journey?
Absolutely there is, and I would be delighted to tell it to you if you wish.
Yes.
Please do.
But also I will tell you the rules. How to get here. First, you must be dressed in appropriate clothing, as you are, and may I congratulate you for being not of this place. You certainly know how to dress. Anyone may come here. Your clothing must be fresh and clean, as yours is. If it's too soiled or bloodied, it won't work. He then gives you a lengthy, in Latin, prayer to Jupiter. Note, this requires a Latin roll and about 5 minutes if you're saying it quickly, up to 20 minutes the first time you say this lengthy what the fuck prayer. He also gives you each a piece of special chalk to draw a door which will only stay open for a short time before fading away. That's it. That's all you have to do. Basically, it's a Latin roll, drawing a big upside down U with chalk, and you're there.
Okay.
And of course, the fresh Roman clothing.
When you say anyone is welcome here, do you mean any doors, or do you mean literally anyone, like a background person could come with us?
Anyone.
Okay.
Cool.
So when we travel through the doorway like that, as long as people meet the rules, can we bring other people with us?
Yes, they must say the prayer. If yeah.
So every person.
Everybody has to say the prayer. Now, GM note: if one person is saying the prayer, then basically I'll get the party in. But if you're trying to bring our people, then you'll give them a bonus, even if they don't speak Latin. If you go Bijana, they go Bizana, and you're doing it word by word. Eventually you can get them through. It's just going to take longer than 20 fucking minutes to go one word at a time to make sure they don't fuck it up. Because Latin words, some of them suck ass to pronounce. It's not as bad as Czech, where nobody can pronounce it.
Yeah,
But not even the Czech people can pronounce it. It's that bad.
no.
I'm taking Latin at 60.
So, and yeah, that's how you get here. And when you leave by the door, you go back automatically to whence you came, he says.
Can we change where we return to, or is it's forced that we have to go back to where we came
You
from?
always return to whence you came.
So what's going to happen?
Future, he says, but for now, no. What?
Is there
So when we leave now, we're going to appear back on the boat and we're going to have to row the stupid thing back up the river.
He has you guys go through the prayer with him, and then he says you should be where you got on the boat.
So we still got to deal with that poison and the
I
100
don't
meter cliff.
know about poison. You should not be near poison. It is bad for mortals.
Is there any
Yes.
place here that stops someone traveling to here in another fashion? Or is that the only way of traveling here and back?
What?
If someone had, say, the means to travel here by another way, is there anything in place that would, a defensive measure that would stop them doing so? Or are they able to come in a different way? Or is this the only way of entering and leaving your...
He looks rather alarmed. He says, that is the only way I know of.
So if you could, if you could redirect a gate or create a gate that you could
my
have it go
home
wherever.
is against such things, of course.
Pardon?
My home is, of course, warded against such things.
Okay.
Yes, I only want guests here. Now, let me tell you the rules, because by the will of Jupiter, all must obey these rules. Disobey once, and you shall be removed forever from the house of Vespillo.
By Jupiter's cock!
He nods. Indeed. The Romans were rather... Yes, take a card, Matt, for... Yes, that is how Romans actually...
I love Spartacus, and I'm going to be using all the phrases from that I can.
Very well. He says, first rule, you may not trade modern devices nor materials with any locals that come here to drink. This is a place for eating, drinking, sleeping, and talking. If your modern device or material is stolen or somehow falls into the hands of local, it is the fault of the person who brought it in. If you do not like that, leave your strange foreign things at home or check them in here at the desk with me. Now, if they fall into the hands of others such as yourselves who come from various other places, that is fine. But if one of your objects, and I know which ones are yours because I am not immortal, then you shall be punished for it, whether you are at fault or not.
Is his eyes a solid color?
No, they are regular-looking eyes. You're not sure what he is or if he's really good at bluffing. He says, second, if you discuss modern ideas with the people who are not travelers from afar as yourself, it is like giving them objects from your homeland. I am attempting to keep it from muddying up things here. This is a good, peaceful, simple place. But be aware that the locals wish very much to meet with you barbarians. Next, violence will get people banned. If you have any problems, there are several large men with clubs who work here. They will handle it and expel the people. Next, precious metals may be used to pay for things here, and silver is preferred. Next, especially if you go into the local drinking room to the right-hand tunnel, period clothing such as this. In the left-hand tunnel, it is more loose in their rules. Next, laundry service here and whatnot is free as long as you're staying at a minimum for several hours. Next, abuse of the staff or slaves will get you banned. We used to allow people to couple with the young ones, but people from other time periods think this is disgusting and immoral behavior, and so we have banned it. If you are here for that, I'm sorry, you should go elsewhere, because we have too many guests that freaked out, is what they say. So we have banned it here. I don't understand it myself, but I have a lot of very good customers that do not like it. But yes, the sinister passage, the left passage, is to go to those of your own ilk. Bringing in anything other than people might get you banned or ejected, especially if it causes some sort of problem. We had somebody trying to bring in a griffin. It did not go well for either of them. Bringing in things that cause harm. We had one person try to bring in and use explosive and they were banned. Yes. Also, the travelers from afar, they have their own sets of rules, so you can talk to them to get them. But I know that if you are battling them and they kill you, you should not go and battle them for a year and a day or some such. I don't understand all their rules.
And that's the left-hand tunnel where the travelers from afar tend to congregate?
Yes. The right-hand tunnel is for the locals.
I knew he was making that shit up.
Many of the travelers from afar follow these rules. They deem it more civilized. Otherwise, it ends to them.
The one we came across said it was your rule.
Well, all violence is banned within my home. Prices for the night are very reasonable here. For 10 grams of silver, a room for the night. Food and alcohol in moderation, 2 grams of silver. Food and debauchery with alcohol, 4 grams of silver. A sit-down orgy with dancing girls or boys, slaves, food, drink for 20 people per day, 50 grams of silver. Extra clothing, 3 grams of silver. The company of men or women, 5 grams of silver.
All of the above.
Very well. That will be a joke.
Yes.
Ha ha. I'm sorry. I have had people ask for that.
Well, congratulations, you found me.
Very well then. Let's see. That will be 50 plus 5. We'll just give you the package deal. 50 grams of silver, please.
Look at McKay.
Everybody's looking at McKay. He looks at McKay too.
Don't we still have the stuff that were given to us from the people of
The MMO lane stuff? Yes.
And it goes the fuck away.
What?
Well, I don't know what he's going to do because he's just looking at you guys and smiling right now. So,
how much gold is that?
Yeah. What about? I understand. We've brought some unusual alcohol.
he suddenly looks keenly interested. Please go on.
The gifts, yes.
I'll pull out the bottles.
More interested.
This is one of my personal favorites, as I take out a very nice bottle.
That's empty, he says. He tries a bit and says, "It's smooth." Yes, no problem. He says, "Very well. I believe we can accommodate your request." He goes, whoop, takes all the bottles, puts them away. Yes, all of your gifts go, and you guys are going to have a one-day sit-down orgy for 20. He asks if you have 17 friends with you.
Can we take a rain check on the 17 francs? Well,
no, he doesn't work it like that. It's pretty much going to be a sit-down orgy for a day of debauchery for you three.
We should invite that one douchebag and all his mates we killed when they tried to come and get the party.
Well, if they're here, they may not be here.
That's true. We could ask.
Well, perhaps you would like just to have some regular drinks, and I'll hold the sit-down orgy in advance for now.
That's a good idea.
Yes, that's what I was going to say, a chit or something.
Debauching. Would you like to debauch or moderation?
Moderation at this moment. Let's check out what's going on first.
I'm hearing two different answers, he says. Vespilla just looks, he goes,
Find our feet as such. Get a lay of the land.
This way, as I have heard the phrase, you hit the ground running.
Yes.
And then once we see what's going on, then we can go for excess.
Okay.
Too
Yeah,
late.
so boring.
Pete's like, God damn it.
No problem. Yeah, with your bottles of alcohol, you don't need to snap up your precious money that you're hoping to keep your theater running for just a little longer because you haven't got a good source of income there. So you've been tapping others and hoping. But
Mhm.
no worries. You guys head in deeper. You go to the drinking area. It's kind of like a semi-underground drinking thing. They don't have any music and stuff, which is a relief. They have meat and stuff like that. And there are many. I'm guessing you guys head right for the Sinister Passage.
Yes.
Yeah.
No problem. There's a bunch of different people in there, and just looking at them, you're like, all these guys are Doras, and they look at you guys closely and stuff when you come in, and you're dressed correctly, but your Latin is either non-existent or has some accent and stuff, and so they relax a bit, like, yeah, these guys are probably okay. And one of them goes, "How many zones?"
Ah,
I don't count.
Let's go.
All right,
And you?
14, he says.
Bravo.
does
The
Does
assholes are
any-
here.
does any of them look more real?
Not like two of you. No, you guys are freaking them out a little bit by that, but yeah, they're just sitting there drinking and stuff. And
Does any of them have glowing eyes?
Good question.
Yeah.
Excellent question. Take card. One guy has white eyes. Glowing
Ah.
white eyes.
No violence. No violence.
We'll go talk to him in a minute.
Mm-hmm. There's a lot of fucking people in
Is
here.
there somebody we know from somewhere?
Yeah, the guy that, well, you don't know him, but your buddies seem to know him because they're looking at him going, we killed that asshole recently. Yeah, now he's
So
drinking with his
Hank,
crew.
as he called himself.
Uh-huh. There's also, I'm so sorry, Yana. I need a sanity roll from everybody.
Okay.
It's a kind of minor one. It's a very stereotypical gray, like an alien with the big eyes and big head. It's wearing a very bad false beard, and it's got something that looks suspiciously like, oh my God, did you make it?
Well, yes, I made it by one.
It's only 1 point then. It's D6 if you fail. It has something that looks suspiciously like a probe wrapped up in, I think it's cleistus or something. It's the thing that has like the axe and all the arrows and stuff tied to it to show out of many one type thing. The Roman.
I've got Alien Grey listed as max of 6.
Oh, max of 6? Excellent. So, and then it's only D3 sand loss. Excellent.
That's not on the sheet, is it?
If he's got it on
No,
his,
not in the sheet. No. Where did we encounter them before? Oh, there was the dead bodies. The dead bodies by the crashed alien spaceship with Grace.
Good call.
I think they were Greys anyway. But yes, I've got it written.
Yes, those are exactly the same as this. You know what a typical gray looks like, yes, Yana?
Yeah.
Rocking. And it's talking in a high-pitched voice to somebody. There's also a guy named, or actually don't know his name, bushy eyebrows, some shade of brown skin, rather nondescript guy. There's all kinds of people in here. I'm not even going to try to bury you guys in the fucking list of NPCs. They've even got some sort of robot guy in here. He looks kind of like a robot, but again, he's wearing like fake stuff. Like he's got stick-on skin and shit to try to convince people that he's just a very sick human. But he looks like some sort of, and not a good like closer to Bender than a replicant. But yeah, there's all kinds of people.
Hmm.
They're all just talking and stuff. Several of them nod to you guys and stuff. It seems like give me empathy rolls for the overriding mood. If Yada fumbles, it's kill everybody.
I don't make it, but I don't fumble.
All right.
Quarter minus 60.
Probably 30 or 40 people here.
Yeah, 86.
Wow. Yeah, there seems to be a lot of camaraderie here. There, a lot of people are very curious about you, but they're all doing the I'm playing it super cool, and I'm not going to be the first person to introduce myself or whatever. Everybody's trying to outcool each other. They're trying to outcool each other so hard right now. It's just painful.
Uncool.
Yeah. There's the bartender, iron collar hammered around his neck. Slave, although he's well dressed and looks healthy and stuff. You know, they don't sit around whipping their slaves all day, and that's for special time. So, yeah. For 20th century sensibilities, having this many slaves around, definitely not comfortable.
And there we go, freedom.
There's you even hear a Scottish guy. He's like, fucking hate all the fuckers. Yeah. So it's a big crowd of different people that you can go around and meet and greet if you wish.
Yeah, all right. So nobody comes up to say welcome, you guys, or anything like that.
No, but you'd be amazed at how the people have kind of spread out in order to make available seating and stuff, just in case 3 people wanted to roll up to their table, et cetera, et cetera. Everybody give me appearance rolls, the charisma appearance thing. I guess it's a luck. Let me know who gets the best.
Sorry, which skill?
Luck.
Luck is also appearance now, isn't it? Something like that. Yeah.
It used to be.
Yep. Alex Kinley, of course, critical that shit. Okay.
Minus 60. I was 1 off the crit.
God damn. Yeah, I know how you do.
I made it, but nothing special.
The alien with the fake beard kind of touches the thing that looks suspiciously like a disguised probe, looks at both of the guys with you and waggles his eyebrows, like maybe later we'll do some probing.
You've actually had one of those devices used on you, Alex.
Did I?
Yes.
What did it do?
I'm just trying to remember. It was in the Doc and I found one and we experimented with it, and then I can't remember why we used it on. I really can't recall why we used it on you.
Nice.
There was a reason at the time. It was in the post. It was in the alien invasion land.
Wasn't it something with getting to the higher?
Yeah. It was. There was something to do with getting to the higher level.
That look that is on his face when he realizes he forgot that he was probed.
I've actually got skill in alien probe.
He will like it.
Well, you can tell that your probing just didn't leave a fucking impact on him at all. Jesus.
I've got alien probe analyze and alien probe build and repair.
I think a badass walk over to the alien.
Excellent.
Who you walking over to?
He's doing the most butt-wagglingest walk you've ever seen over toward the alien guy. Apparently.
Get your probes ready, big boy.
Yes, sir. He picks up his probe and begins quickly trying to take off the stuff. One of the bouncers comes over and goes, "Not here." He goes, "Room?" He says to you.
Let me get a drink first.
"It'll help," he says, the alien in a high-pitched voice. Apparently, Alex has got his night figured out. Get drunk, get probed.
It's a good night.
Wow. Scottish guy looks over and he goes, "Hello, hen," and then he goes back to his drinking.
Hi.
I'm going to wander over to the person. Was it a male or female with white eyes?
That would be a female with white eyes.
I'm going with you.
Yes. Keep control.
Strangler.
I'm trying.
It's going to be a brief time you guys are here. All right, no problem.
Yes.
You guys head
May-
over there.
May we sit?
Of course, she says.
Thank you.
I'm Falzon. And you?
Joshua.
She's probably in her 40s, but well preserved.
I'm not sure what the protocol is here because nobody seems to be telling us the rules or what the go is, how things work here.
I'll tell you what, we can talk about anything you want as long as we don't talk about these peepers.
All right.
Great.
That's exactly why I came over here to talk to you about, because
She raises an eyebrow like, who needs an ass beating?
all right. I'll talk. Let me explain why I want to talk about it, and then it's up to you if you want to respond.
Everybody wants to fucking talk about that. I'll talk about anything else. I'll tell you all this shit going on, but I'm sick of this. Get it?
All right, I just wanted to know where White had cropped up again, because as far as I know, White was wiped out.
Maybe we do have something to talk about, she says.
I thought we would. Hence why I wanted to talk to you about it, because I don't know if there's another White or if you're from the same place where White.
I had to flee because there was this girl who joined the priestesses, the all-seeing sisterhood, and then they turned into monsters, and she started assassinating them.
Oh.
Fortunately, I was out of the area. The 12, I believe, are dead. The 3, I am the last. And the...
Oh, so her eyes are really glowy, are they?
Oh, yeah.
I'm surprised your eyes even are like that with White no more.
Yeah.
I was out of the area, and I'm wondering if it's been fading slowly. So I don't know if it's going away, and I'm just dealing with residuals. I'm just staying here in the meantime. Fuck whatever's going on there. I'm waiting. If they fade away completely, that's great.
Well, somebody that I know, which was one of the 12, which I'm surprised that you're saying they're all dead, because I know someone who was one of the 12 who's still alive.
Impossible. Maddie is slaying them all.
Well, it faded enough that their eyes became normal.
Then it truly has fallen. It's only a matter of time before I am released from my geas.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. So, well, it explains that you are actually from that zone, from that realm.
She motions to the bartender, who brings over wine, water, and bowls. She pours wine into the bowls and then adds water to it and pushes one toward each of you.
Thank you.
We'll have our own symposia, she says.
Yes.
The wine itself tastes kind of shitty.
Yeah.
Special alcohols are available. Travelers such as us bring them in, but unfortunately they're very expensive because they're sold to locals who have taken quite a liking to them. We figure it'll be all right as long as we never bring any moonshine here, because that will get them really fucked up. They're not used to strong alcohol here.
Yep.
So be on your guard for that.
Okay. So nobody brings in a couple of cases of some nice Californian wine or Australian wine or New Zealand wine?
If you have access to that, that'd be great too. It's better than this piss, but it will get you drunk.
I take it.
Of course you do.
She says,
What is it? What is it like here? Trying to cast spells.
The only magic or tech that I'm aware of that works is whatever magic super duper hard to do. I mean, if you get anything going here, great. But the only magic and stuff I'm aware of is whatever. I'm not sure what kind of creature the owner is. I know for a fact he's not human. I watched him get run through with a sword and there wasn't even blood on it. And
Interesting.
then he looked at the guy and the guy got sucked out. It's like vacuum cleaner city if you piss him off here. That's right. I like me a good vacuum cleaner, says somebody else. And the other guy with him was like, you just like the suction. And he's like, oh.
I can't cheers the guy.
The aliens come over with him because the alien is now under the impression that Alex Kinley is its date.
Oh, looks like my appointment's here.
So, what was the go with the whole birth thing with White?
I don't know. I was not around for that. I was traveling between the planes because I was one of the few that could do that I knew of. But
Okay.
Some people who contacted me said that it was the birth of the chosen one.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know what happened. And then White somehow went away, died. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. I was trying to, I was contemplating a way of potentially bringing White back, but with the 12 gone, I'm not sure if it'd be possible now.
Bringing White back?
Yeah, well, that zone, it is quite useful having the healing ability.
Yes, but what
in that
happened?
zone. Yes, I know.
Joshua.
I mean, the thing with White coming back, it may be a different White.
The eyes are doing the back and forth thing. Like she's really trying to figure out what the fuck the subtext is and doesn't have enough information because she was not part of any of the stuff going on.
No, obviously not.
She's like, okay.
Anyway. But yes, okay. So.
Well, I'll tell you, it was quite an upheaval, but yeah.
Do many Doras side with AIs?
No. Most of them steer clear of it. Never meddle in the affairs of wizards or AIs because they are quick to anger.
Mm-hmm.
And unpredictable. Some Roman-looking dude comes up and he stops. He's obviously drunk, and he says something in Latin to the woman with no name.
Oh, fluent. Remember.
Yes, I was waiting to see if she wanted to roll to see what the fuck he was talking about because I don't think she's fluent.
I created before.
True. He says, "My name's Nautius Maximus. Would you like to find out why?"
If you like, try something little like intelligent, maybe.
He sighs and wanders off, and he goes and talks to Roman, and he says, "Well, Nautius," and he says, "Biggest dickus, I am getting no action here. We should go somewhere else." And he's like, "Very well," and they walk up. Anyway,
the standards of this place aren't very high.
So yeah, I bet you've got a lot of different stuff going on.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
So is there a list of what the well, I don't know if the rules, the gentleman rules, whatever the hell you want to call them, between Doras? I understand there's some sort of rules that the Doras here have agreed to abide by.
We try to keep out of each other's business generally because it's a real drag killing somebody and then finding them again. Since this is neutral territory, there's a lot of more drinks arrive. She looks confused at the guy. The slave tells her in Latin that they're bought by a guy from a different table for you guys. He points him out. It's Hank and his crew. They salute you. And yeah, you end up drinking with people who are trying to kill you in here. So yeah, we generally try to keep clear of each other. If it's unavoidable, then you know. Another thing is, she says it in Latin: "Let the buyer beware." A lot of under the table commerce goes on here.
Fair enough.
It's usually like they'll sell special items, but if you sell an item that doesn't end up working, like if you say these are shoes of dancing or some shit, and then they get there and they're completely not magical, word will spread and nobody will want to do business with you anymore.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. But usually barter because people money when if you're competent doesn't mean anything very quickly, so you have to barter items for each other. Like there's some guy working on selling an ether flute, for example, and so you need something as good or better.
People aware. So besides, I heard there's some rule about if you kill somebody, you leave them alone for a year and a day or something.
Yeah, that seems only fair.
Is there any other stuff like that?
All kinds of shit, but it's mostly common sense. Yeah. We don't deal with any religion because it may come to these worlds. They have separate religion worlds. I don't know if you've been there, but they're all bad.
Haven't seen religion. Oh, encountered people worshipping stuff, but it's usually evil gods and that sort of stuff. But generally,
those I believe in, she says.
Sorry?
Those I believe in.
Yeah. But the general, Catholic stuff, whatever, no sign of it.
She says. Good. Yeah, let's keep it that way.
Has word of Zog reached here? Are people concerned about Zog?
Hey, who knows about Zog, she says. Somebody comes over. Alex, the alien, leans over and goes, "My name's Zeta." Zeta.
Cool.
And that's how much he cares. Cool. I'm not into it anymore. I don't want to be broke. All right. Yeah. Let's see. Deal with rumors on Zog. Guy comes over. Drinks are bought for him. You get the drinks. You drink the drinks. And hold on a second. There it is. He goes, "Yeah, what do you want to know about Zog? I've got a little bit of information, not much. Pretty much the main thing I know is about the red eye."
The red eye, and I'd be very interested to.
He has a red eye. I don't. Yeah, I think
he has a red eye. Sorry, did you say?
Red eyes, like hers are white, his are red. Sorry, I'm not bringing up the white eyes. Not even asking. Don't care.
But red eye, as in he only has one.
Yes, but twice. He has two red eyes. That's how bad he is. He's worse than the one red eye guy. Well, yeah.
So he has two red eyes.
Yes.
As in he's aligned with an AI.
Yeah, I don't know what an AI is.
He's aligned with the entity color red.
Yeah, I think it might be corn.
Blood for the blood clot, that rubbish.
Yeah, you've heard of him.
Interesting.
As it continues to get worse. Yeah, as far as I know, he might be the one.
The one what?
You know, the red number one, red guy.
Oh, he might be the.
Correct.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. You can see his eyes from like a couple kilometers off. I tell you what, though, I was part of Demon Hunters for a while.
Hmm.
Guy rubs a scar on his face before. Well, I was part of Demon Hunters for a while, and we got a contract to knock him off. And I was one of the snipers, and we shot him with a railgun. Didn't do shit. He just looked around like we'd fucking poked him while he was asleep, like, huh? Huh? And then he sent people after. We barely got out of there.
Mm.
What about his generals? Have people put out hits on them?
I got no idea about those. This is like a few years back.
A few years back. I didn't think he'd been out that long.
It looks confused, and he goes, may have been less. I don't know. The time works differently in some of the places.
Yeah, I know. That's why I was just curious.
I don't know. Talking about time is just, yeah.
And people aren't concerned about him marching through, taking over, destroying realms.
Is he?
Yep.
We should leave.
And go where?
That I'm not sure.
Maybe we should really just be friends with him. Come on.
You
He just gets up.
haven't seen what his people are doing to Night City.
Well, yeah.
The guy has left the table. He goes to the opposite end of the room and sits down, glares at you guys, starts talking to some random person.
All right. Falzon, do you know, is there any doors, I assume there would be, but whether or not there's any here today that are looking into the bigger picture as to who's put us here and who's created these realms and what the hell's what the meta level stuff is?
Everybody has a different theory and stuff, but theories are a lot like shit.
Everybody has some.
That's right.
Mm-hmm. But is there anybody, any more done research, scholarly people done a lot more looking into it?
No way that I really know. I mean, most people, knowledge is power. Most people aren't really willing to share. If you can find out the right things about the right stuff, it may give you an advantage, especially in the great game.
What's this great game stuff?
You have to gather a list of different things from different places and stuff like that are kind of their special stuff, you know, like some guy who was in here, I don't know, a few months ago asking about decoder rings and shit.
Mm.
And so stuff like that, and then you get all that shit together, and when you do, you transcend and you go to the next better up place, is what I've heard.
Really?
Work your way up to different places, yeah. It's like a teepee or cone, or she tries to struggle with an analogy.
Do you have
So it flows up.
Everybody's list is different is the problem.
How do you know?
So how do you? Sorry,
I don't know. Everybody makes their own. Everybody finds like these special items because each different place has different special items, and you got to find them, and then you gather them, and then it kind of gets murky after that. Some people say that they all get snapped together, and one guy told me that if you snap them all together, then you form something called a Voltron. I don't know what that is, but do you know what a Voltron is?
it's a cartoon.
So you form a cartoon.
No, it's a Voltron is a cartoon about this thing called Voltron, where 5 things go together to form a giant mecha robot that fights the bad guys.
That's stupid, she says.
Yes,
So
that's what
okay,
Voltron is, though.
so then you get all this shit, all this stuff from really dangerous places. You snap it together, and you can make a cartoon robot that fights for you. Now, I like the other theory better, that you ascend to a higher plane. Now, how it works, I don't know, because everybody seems to keep finding more and more places to go and more shit. And I don't know. I think it might all be bullshit, but I don't know.
Mhm.
Don't know. I'm not worried about that. I'm worried about the bodiless. They scare the shit out of me.
The who?
The bodiless. They're these like it's like black pieces of shadow that get loose and they crawl into your mouth or into your nose or into your ears or something like that, and they take you over. And if they're in you for like more than 3 days, then it's permanent. Well, for us, that just means you die. But for others, the non-travelers, it means they're just stuck in there and then they possess them. And if you kill the person that they're in, they'll go to someone else.
All right. Is this just rumors, myths, or have people actually seen?
I've actually seen somebody possessed by one. I heard that there's some sort of specially prepared dream catcher magic thing you can get that will trap one of them, but I don't know where it is or how to get it. So if you find out about that, that is information I'd be willing to trade.
Why would you want to catch it? I mean, so
To
you could
trap
use
it
this
so that-
device to pull it out of someone that's been possessed?
No, that's a whole different thing. I have no idea how to do that. Also information I'd pay for. Everything here is influence, favors. I mean, because everybody can get anything that they want if they go to the right place.
But
But-
knowing how to get there is the part of the
Yeah.
thing, isn't it?
Yeah, nobody talks about that. Nobody talks about how to get to different places. Because if you get different places, then you might end up killing or driving off the local travelers who are there.
But some of the places, like where you were spending time,
Uh-huh.
billions of people living there.
Yeah.
So how would you find other doors?
I don't know, but usually doors are drawn to interesting or difficult situations or adventure or something like that. And so sometimes it works out. Most of the time it doesn't. Some places are bigger than others.
Okay.
Yeah.
That certainly seems to be the case.
Yeah, but if you get a hold of stuff that you want to sell and all that, there's all kinds of different things that can be gotten. If you ever want to talk about rumors and stuff, there's a guy named Carter you can talk to, Joe Carter. He's a good guy, pretty honest, lives here, doesn't leave.
Okay.
Don't know why. Yeah. So
Do you know if Dora stands for something?
I got no idea.
Okay. I was just curious as to what the term means. I've heard a couple of people use it, whether or not it's to do with the cartoon Dora the Explorer, or if it's actually a
Cartoons. Apparently, I got to get a lot of cartoon.
anagram of something.
That could be both.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering.
Who knows? Well, been good having a drink with you.
You too. I hope it goes well for you.
Thank you. She says, by the way, the rooms here are good. Don't try to go outside, though.
No, why is that?
I can't remember if it's something that keeps you in or if you get zapped or sucked out or something like that. But if you look out the windows of the rooms, then you can see the time period we're actually in, which seems to be like really old-timey Rome.
Roman era. Yep.
Super old, before the regular Roman shit, back when it was just a large village.
Oh, okay. Yep. So, okay.
Yeah. So don't try to go outside. It's bad either way.
Okay.
She takes off.
Thank you. Interesting that not many people seem to know about the whole Zog thing.
Yeah,
Mm.
and he was inviting, going to different zones, so people would think that more people know about it.
Mm-hmm. But after giving you guys a little taste of the halfway in, we're going to go ahead and end it here for now and come back to it another time. Before we come to a complete and final stop on the bus, though, in an effort for more cards, titles for this session.
The halfway in.
Descriptive.
Um,
Any others?
Mildred talks to herself.
The halfway in, since it is a pretty momentous thing to hit. Go ahead and take a card there, Pete.